Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this corner, hailing from San Diego, California, the knockout kings you've been waiting for.
Carlos Kramer and his kick-ass radio show. Presented by Kramer Insurance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Carlos Kramer, the roaring lion in the cage, the voice for Brave Combat Federation in the cage and in the studio. That's right. Welcome to Brave Combat Roundup. We have got an incredible show for you today. We have the honor of getting in with Brave CEO and President, my man, the Hawk, Mohammed Shahid. And we caught up to him right before Brave 2, talked about the future of Brave, how incredible Brave has been in making an impact globally in the world of mixed martial arts. We've got two huge shows coming up. One in Curitiba, Brazil on March 18th. That is a card where we have fights like Lucas Mineiro Martins versus Paulo Goncalves. That's right. Also, Carlston Harris going against our man, Brave Combat veteran Tiago Monstro Vieira. That's going to be some great fights. Also, Wael Gazelle, James Poe. We've got so many other fighters going in to Brazil. And are you ready, Curitiba? Because we are coming, and we're going to make it happen. After that, we leave and we go to Abu Dhabi. That's right, Abu Dhabi on March 31st. Gonna be amazing. We've got coming in right there with our main event, Masio Fulin versus Elias Smile Budegsdam. That's right, Masio Fulin is Mexico's premier fighter, one of the most savage guys that you're going to find, and he's going to have his hands full against Elias Smile Budegsdam, who 11 of his 13 wins have been by submission. What's his favorite submission, you ask? The triangle. And if you've seen Elias perform, you're going to know that this is one deadly beast of a grappler. Looking forward to that. And also, our brother, Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi. That's right. He's coming back, and he'll be fighting again in Abu Dhabi, going against the very tough Alex Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, that is on tap for us. Curitiba, we coming on strong, and we can't wait to see you. The home of Anderson Silva and Shogun Hua and many, many other stars. We're coming there. But first, we're going to catch up with Brave CEO and President, the Hawk, Mohammed Shahid. Get to know him like never before and listen in on what is coming for the future of Brave and its global domination tour. That's right, Carlos Kramer's Brave Combat Sports Report, the Roundup, coming to you live on WS Radio and Rock Rage Radio, presented by Kramer Insurance for all of your insurance needs. Thank you, friends. Sit tight and enjoy the interview with CEO and President, the Hawk, Mohammed Shahid. Hi, Carlos Kramer reporting for Brave Combat Federation and Rock Rage Radio. I'm here with Brave Combat Federation President Mohammed Shahid, the Hawk. Welcome, Mohammed. We are excited about these fights coming up December 2nd.
Thank you for having me, Carlos.
Yeah, the Kingdom of Bahrain is going insane. I mean, we are all excited. The world is anticipating this. Tell us a little bit about the growth. It's been phenomenal growth in just a short amount of time, becoming a global leader in mixed martial arts.
Oh, believe me, it's insane. It's unbelievable where we started from and where we are today. You need to understand that what people don't really understand is that it's been only 4 to 5 months since we started Brave Combat Federation.
Right. We're talking July when you had your first meeting, really.
Exactly, July. And now today, here we are. We have big TV deals, and we're going to be watched worldwide. And we've had great response from the mixed martial art community, and it's been an amazing time for us.
You know, the concept as well, country versus country for worldwide bragging rights, that's phenomenal, because each country, each fighter really has that sense of pride, and they want to win not only for them, but for their country as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's the foundation of what Brave Combat Federation is all about. I mean, I was a fighter myself, and basically an Indian. I was born and brought up in Bahrain, and these are two countries where we see. So if you look at the Middle East, we have some of the top fighters from in Middle East who have. We have black belts in jiu-jitsu. We have some of the best strikers from Middle East, but they haven't been able to get the recognition that they deserve.
Right.
So in India, we're coming from when we talk about India, arguably it is where the martial arts began. Yeah, so you have some of the best boxers, and so they win medals. So if you look at India, they go out there and win medals in Olympics for boxing and wrestling. But when you look at mixed martial arts, there's so many athletes out there. The population is 1.3 billion, I guess, and there's a lot of fighters coming out, but they haven't been able to get the recognition. And that's where the foundation was built for Brave Combat Federation. And it was all about making sure that these fighters from different regions that they haven't been able to break through to the media. We want to make sure that we want to be a truly global promotion, brand ourselves as truly global promotion, and make sure that these fighters get that opportunity and the value that they deserve.
And tell us about the press conference there. You had Bollywood attending.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked crazy.
Yeah, India loves their Bollywood, and so definitely we had some of the Bollywood stars there. We had Praveen Dabas, we had Sahil Khan. So these guys are not only that they're Bollywood stars. So if you look at Praveen Dabas, he's acted in movies, but he's also an MMA fan. So he has his own podcast, MMA India Show. So maybe the first podcast in India for mixed martial art. And Sahil Khan is like let's say, the guy who promotes youth for fitness. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to just bring in Bollywood, but I want to make sure that these are Bollywood actors that stands for youth, that stands for fitness, that stands for mixed martial art. So it was very important for us to do that. And in India, we love Bollywood. So you have to make sure that we want to make sure that our vision is being heard in India, and I thought Bollywood is so important for that.
Everything is so exciting with this new organization. I mean, the fighters, the fans, everyone is going to buzz. Tell us about Sheikh Khalid, His Royal Highness, and about his support and what's that meant to the league.
It's everything. When I say His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, he's I would say he's a leader for the whole crew. That our whole team follows his vision, and vision is one word, but it's more of a system that he's building, and it is. So the first time we met each other and we sat down and spoke about mixed martial art for almost 3 to 4 hours straight, and it was shocking about how much knowledge he had on mixed martial art.
He's a fighter as well.
Yes, he's a fighter as well. So he's going to have his second amateur fight on January 12th. So when I sat with him and spoke to him about mixed martial art, it was insane how much knowledge he had on mixed martial art. And but the question he had to ask was, how much do these fighters get paid? Mm-hmm. You know, so
really caring. About the fighters.
So it was important to know what their lifestyle is. Why aren't they able to do this or that? And we spoke for hours on how the mixed martial art industry is built, and that's when we decided that, you know what, we need to do something about changing the industry of mixed martial art. That sounds big. That's a big statement to make, but that was so important for us to make sure that we are going out there not to create another event and say, you know what, we are promoters, we make mixed martial art events. That was definitely not the case. We want to make sure that if we are going out there, if we are going to put on an MMA event, and if we are getting involved in the MMA industry, it better be to change the whole industry to something that's better for the athletes, and definitely that's a core value that we believe in.
Well, we've got our second Brave coming up December 2nd, Khalifa Sports City. Can we get tickets right now? Where would you go for that?
So in Bahrain, it's so easy to get the tickets because we have Sadar machines all over Bahrain. So you can go to any of the Sadar machines that you see in supermarkets or grocery stores, and you can get your tickets there. But we can also get it online through bravefights.com. And if the people in Bahrain goes to malls, they can get it from Virgin stores. So there's so many accessible places to get the tickets.
Great. And we talked about the system that you have and why Brave is different. Sure. It's an honor to be back as your cage announcer as well. Thank you for that.
It's a pleasure. That was amazing. The crowd went wild. I mean, it was me sitting on the cage side, and I was watching the event, and it was interesting that halfway through, after you came in and you did your announcement, and halfway through, and everybody's like, Carlos. I was like, what's going on here?
I didn't know. I was saying I heard a lot of, we love you, Carlos. I'm like, I love you too.
They were going nuts. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
They were really screaming out, and it was amazing that a lot of people were like, you know what, you got a lot of fans in Bahrain after that event. I mean, we had a lot of comments about it. Was just happy to have you there, and just proud that you're back again.
Well, thank you. It's been an absolute honor. What is the future? I mean, I know you're in talks with a lot of different people about the future and where we're going to go with Brave. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So like I always say, we don't, when people say, you know what, you have to start slow in the business, we don't believe in that. We want to start from the top and take it from there. And that's the business plan that we follow. So if, like I said again, if you're getting involved in the MMA industry, we want to make sure that it is to change the industry itself, 100%. We want to get into 2017. 2016 was something that we wanted to show people what Brave Combat Federation is all about and what do we stand for. But now that people know what we stand for and what we're capable of doing, we want to make sure that in 2017 we want to brand ourselves as truly global promotion. So we want to go worldwide, and that is the most important part for me right now, is to go worldwide and make shows and make it relevant for the international market.
And a lot of different countries have an interest in bringing Brave over.
Oh, definitely. I want to go to all the different countries that's out there, that you have the top athletes, like you have Middle East, you have India, you have Brazil, you have European fighters. All these fighters have been producing, all these countries have been producing some of the best fighters, but since they've been producing a lot of good fighters, it's not fair that most of the fighters are not getting that opportunity to come out there and get that breakthrough in this industry. So we want to go and create a system that's going to make sure that these athletes have that platform, and not just go there and look for those big promotions, which they come and take, pick these fighters up, but we want to make sure that there's a system that is built so these fighters can go out there and make sure that if they fight well, if they're good at what they do, if they have the talent, and I believe the talent is so real. And if they do,
it's amazing.
If they do have the talent, they deserve to be at the top stage, and we want to build that platform for them.
Manolo Hernandez doing an incredible job of matchmaking as well, getting people from all over the world to fight. You being a fighter, Sheikh Khalid being a fighter as well, you know how to treat fighters, you know how to treat the family within the organization, and that right there is different to me. It's just a different feel with Brave Combat Federation than any other organization I've been with.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it was not, I mean, I was a fighter, and since 2012, I've never thought about stepping back from fighting, and I always thought about my career is going to be fighting. That's it. I'm going to fight. I'm going to keep fighting, and when I cannot fight, I'm going to teach and I'm going to coach, and that was it, And the reason why we had to make a promotion, why we had to create the system, KHK MMA. So when we started with KHK MMA, and we had still no intention of making Brave Combat Federation. You need to know that our complete focus, 100%, was to make sure that we support fighters in a way we can, test our system. So we sat down and we created a team of experts who understand the sport, like Manolo Hernandez, Alex Soto.
Alex Soto's been amazing.
Amazing, yeah. So he's been there from the beginning, way before we even thought of KHK MMA. So we used to talk about this way before that, when we used to train together at Bahrain MMA. So we sat down, we all sat together, and we planned a system for KHK MMA. And then we wanted to test that system. So we took fighters from all different levels. We could have taken the best fighters in the world and said, you know what, look how good these fighters are now, and we would have bragged about that. But we took the top fighters to our team, like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Frankie Edgar. But we also took fighters who are just leaving their amateur career and getting into the pro level. What can we do with these guys, who are just breaking through and they just crush? But we also want to do for the third tier of fighters, for the amateur fighters who are not yet professional, and they're building that platform for them to be a good pro fighter. It was 6 months since KHK MMA was formed, and we just saw amazing results. So you see Khabib getting out of his injury, doing his rehab here. He was out for 2.5 years out of fighting. Nothing was working out so well for him, and he came down here, he started doing his training and rehab, and he went back, and you see how dominant he is.
Unbelievable.
Frankie Edgar was a big part of our results, where he got his interim title fight as well. But that could happen with anybody, any top fighters, but that's not something I would brag about. What I would brag about is the next level of results that we got with the guys who just turned pro. You look at Shorty Torres, who just came down and he signed with Titan FC in Bahrain at the press conference.
Right.
And now he's a champion at Titan FC at Bantamweight division. And you look at James Gallagher, 2 to 3 fights, and he's into one of the biggest promotions in USA. So that was cool. But with the amateur level, in Bahrain, we had, if I would have said 1 year back that there's a country called Bahrain, it's a small island, and that country is going to be going to world championships, amateur world championship and European championship, and I'm going to be preparing only for 3 months. I'm going to bring medals, bronze and silver at worlds and Europeans. nobody would believe that, and we really made that happen in just 8 months' time. We went to Europeans and we went to Worlds, and these amateurs got it. So the system was working. We were not satisfied. We were not enough of it, you know. So Sheikh Khalid was like, how can we do the same system for the whole world? Started Brave Combat Federation.
And the future for Brave, the next 3 years, 5 years, where do you see Brave Combat Federation?
Personally, I'm not a fan of long-term plans, because I think that in 2 years' time, we're going to change everything and maybe we'll go to something else to make it even better. I'm constantly trying to improve, but I can promise one thing. 2 years back, when I said that Bahrain is going to be the hub of mixed martial art, today Brave Combat Federation is the #1 promotion in Middle East and the #1 promotion in Asia already after just 2 shows. And we have already announced that 2017 I'm May of World Championships in Bahrain, making it the capital of amateur mixed martial art.
Beautiful.
So when I said it's going to be the hub of mixed martial art, it's already been that. So with that being said, I can say in the next 3 years, what we're going to see is, you can quote me on this, that in 3 years' time, we're going to see Brave Combat Federation being, not only that it's going to be one of the biggest promotions in the mixed martial art industry, but what it's also going to do is KHK MMA. We're going to spread that system and do something different, which I won't be able to say right now, but we'll be doing something really new that's going to make sure that the MMA industry and how the industry is being run today is not going to be the same. It's going to completely redefine what mixed martial art industry is all about, and that's not going to happen in 5 years because that's too long. I can promise you that by 2019 we'll see that happen.
I mean, in 6 months we've already become a global leader in mixed martial arts. So it's really amazing and inspiring to see what can happen in the next 6 months. We're going to be very busy in 2017?
Oh, definitely. 2017 is going to be a very busy year for us.
How many events are you looking at, do you think?
We're looking at I don't want to keep a limit to the amount of events that we want to do. We're looking at all the different options. We're getting calls from different part of the world. We have it's interesting to know that all this time we've been in the industry of mixed martial art, what we never realized was that we've always focused on the competition. Promotion was promotion, competition. But it's interesting to know today that a lot of countries, a lot of promotions and managers out there are actually reaching out to us and saying, you know what Brave Combat Federation is doing is amazing,
right, and
we want you to come down and spread that to our country. So it's been interesting to hear those news, and it's been amazing for us to get that feeling. So we've been getting a lot of opportunities to hold events all around the world. And I'm not going to stop with, we can only do X amount of events.
Right.
If I can do 100 events this year, I would do it, you know. So I'm not going to restrict it. We love to move fast and we love to work hard. So we're going to see a historic amount of events in 2017 that I can promise.
And how rewarding is this to see these fighters that you're giving an opportunity to get worldwide exposure and help their career and secure their family's future?
Oh, I mean, I think it's very rewarding in the sense that we're glad that I think we are the ones who are benefiting more from these athletes being there. I mean, I take it as an advantage rather than people say that, oh, you know what, you're giving opportunity for these athletes. I say, no, I'm capitalizing on them requiring opportunity.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
So people don't understand that. I mean, these athletes are some of the best athletes in the world. You look at these Middle Eastern athletes, because I've been very close to these athletes, and if you look at these athletes, they're tough as nails. I mean, these guys have heart to go against anybody and beat anybody in the industry. So what I do is, I'm thankful that the rest of the part of mixed martial art never saw that. You know, so
right.
You know, so I'm happy that okay, you guys didn't see it. I'm going to capitalize on that. I'm going to take these athletes and show the world. All I have to do is you guys perform. I just have to let the world see you guys do what you do and what you're capable of. So it's so much easier for us, and I think we are getting benefit from these athletes more than anything else. And I always keep saying that these athletes are not doing any service for us. Mm-hmm. Rather, we work for the athletes,
right?
Because they deserve everything that they do, and these are some of the best athletes in the world. What we missed out is that none of these athletes were ever found, and they never got a platform where the world could actually see what they're capable of. And I'm happy that I could be able to do that. And there's so many athletes out there in these regions that is looking forward to that.
Guys like the pride of Bahrain, Hamza Koueji.
Hamza Koueji, definitely. I mean, he's one of the biggest names in Bahrain. I mean, the only pro MMA fighter from Bahrain. He's been working harder than anybody I've ever seen in the industry. You know, so it's amazing to see them getting that reward where they get the worldwide attention. and that's really amazing.
And if you check out a Brave event, for those out there, everyone is appreciative of the opportunity they have, respectful of the sport, great sportsmanship being shown. It's really a different class act all the way around, and you've done an incredible job, you know, instilling that in everyone as well.
Thank you. I mean, we have to show them that it's so important for us to be professional, and at the same time, it is a sport.
Right.
It's a sporting event, and we want to make sure that this is just the beginning.
Right.
This is just the beginning, and it's not what we're trying to show that this is our whole product. You need to understand that this is the beginning stage of Brave Combat Federation, but at the same time, what I would say as the president of Brave Combat Federation is that this is just the beginning. In 2017, you're going to see so much more, and even then, that's not going to be our product. The real product of what KHKMA is going to deliver, we're going to see in 2018 mid, and we're going to see the whole product in 2019, and that's why I say you're going to see something very different, and it's going to be something the whole industry is going to be excited about.
Now, Brave 2, December 2nd, we're going to be on in 20 countries?
Oh yeah,
televised as well?
Yes, we're going to be televised in 20 countries. It's really interesting for me to be a part of this whole change where a worldwide audience is able to see this whole system fruit and these athletes come and compete. But yeah, we're going to be in 20 countries. We're going to be on some of the biggest networks in Asia and Middle East to start with. So it's just our second event, and it's amazing to be in 20 countries and going live.
And as president, do you have any words to the fighters out there and anyone who's considering or wants to fight for Brave down the road?
I think the best thing for the fighters to really do is to do what they do the best, you know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another great episode of Brave Combat Roundup. I'm the Roaring Lion in the cage, Carlos Kramer, as well as in the studio, bringing the heat on another fantastic day. You've heard from Brave President and CEO, Mohammed Shahid, and the Beast, Mohammed Fakhreddin. Only talking Brave Combat as we go to Curitiba, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. Only on Kick-Ass Radio, WSRadio.com.